Welcome back, you guys. Denver Broncos for Dummies with, yes, Dez. Talk about a doozy of a week last week. First, we lost to a team with no head coach. Then, 4 days later, we lose to a team who basically didn't have any of their starters and were just playing all their third-string players. My annoying optimism is starting to dwindle as we have now lost 4 times in a row. But hey, don't you worry. She's always got some left in the tank. So the silver lining here is that the Broncos get to benefit from like a mini bye week because they have 10 days between the last humiliation of a game to the game against Washington. And I thought that there was a lot of finger pointing in the last episode. Oh, everyone is trying to blame someone and no one is getting out clean, okay? Is it the coaches? Is it the lack of ownership? Is it just the players not playing up to their potential? All I know is that fans want blood. And God, Broncos fans, you can be really intense. The trading deadline is this Tuesday, November 2nd, and a lot of fans are wanting the Broncos to consider moving players in the final year of their deals so they can accumulate some draft capital for 2022. Cough, cough, and for potentially one of these guys. We are going to look at 5 potential players that could be on the trading block before this deadline. And I realize by the time this episode comes out that this all may be outdated. So just hang with me here. It's like they say, that's showbiz, baby. And edit faster. First up, Powfu. We scooped him up after the Bears released him in the 2021 offseason, and he actually played some outstanding football for Fangio when they were together in Chicago. But he has fallen flat here in Mile High. Besides his lack to show up on the field this season, we also have a lot of cornerbacks on the roster, and some of them who are ready to play again since they were injured. This is also the most likely of trades that we would do because a lot of teams in the league are actually starved for a cornerback position. So, can I have Fuller going once, Fuller going twice, Fuller? Next up, Melvin Gordon. Gordon's 2-year contract is up this year, so we'll have to decide if we want to sign him on again after this season. And don't get me wrong, Gordon has been a powerhouse with a total of 13 touchdowns in 22 games with the Broncos. But if we're looking to obtain a decent draft selection, it might be in the Broncos' best interest if we trade him and then give a majority of the carries to rookie Javonte Williams. And I mean, I'm all for that because we all know that Williams is Dez's Bronco Bay. Third, Kareem Jackson. Now, Jackson is on a 1-year deal with the Broncos, and he could be a coveted trade target for a team looking for an outstanding corner and safety. With this year's rookies, Caden Stearns and Jamar Johnson playing well, some people are saying that we should give them more playing time so they can gain experience this year, since the playoffs are 90% out of the question. Which, I say to that, how dare anyone say that? Nothing is over till it's over, says the all-high guru Lenny Kravitz. Next, Tim Patrick. Now, the saga of Patrick is sort of like Elitch Gardens' the Tower of Doom. It's like one day we're up talking about extending his contract, riding high, and then the next day our stomachs drop out because we're talking about trading him, and then we just keep going back and forth, and it just never stops. I honestly hated that ride. Don't know why I did it. Now, Patrick has proved to be an absolute stud in the NFL, and if he was on a team that could actually excel at throwing the ball, he would be a great asset. Currently, we have Sutton, Judy coming back, and other young players like Kendall Hinton, Seth Williams, and Tyreek Cleveland looking to make a splash. The Broncos could really get some solid draft compensation for trading Patrick to a playoff contending team. God, that hurts to say out loud. And last, Von Miller. Yep, I said it. Miller came in hot before the Browns game, saying that he was going to, quote, kill them. Well, that didn't last long because he eventually had to leave the game due to an ankle sprain. So this brings up an important question. At 33, and after already missing the 2020 season due to injury, and his contract expiring after this season, what are the chances of the Broncos re-signing him? Miller, by far, is the biggest trading chip on the Broncos roster, and if our number one goal is to secure a long-term quarterback, this type of trade might be what needs to happen. But honestly, this trade is highly unlikely. One, because I won't let this happen. Two, we're already lacking with linebacker positions with Johnson and Jewell both out with season-ending pectoral injuries and Chubb still out with an ankle injury. And three, because Von Miller will retire a Bronco or else. Now, do I really think we should trade any of these guys? Absolutely not. Well, but this is why I'm not running the Broncos organization. I let my passion and obsession of these players get the best of me. And honestly, I'd really never let any of them go. And we just all grew up to be one big and happy family together. So yeah, let me know which of these 5 players you'd be most willing to let go and why. Because honestly, I want to learn why as well. Hope you all have a safe and spooky Halloween, and as always, go Broncos.